Stage after stage, the rally approaches the end of the first day. It's the end of stage 13 now, and there are just a few seconds separating the first and the second car. It's Sarel van der Merwe out in the lead, and Hannes Krobler battling to catch him up. It's getting dark, they're fitting the lights, and the race is really on between these two now. Most of the cars have already left this service point at the Goerits River Bridge, and it's only after some while that the Toyota arrives. It's a car plagued with problems. An annoyed Serge Damso voices his opinion.
This whole thing.
Serge, you have problems there with the wheel?
We had a puncture and we got the same problem misfiring for the last 3-4 events. You know, it just keeps on coming back, so don't know.
How far behind are you now?
I think we're lying third now at the moment. We're quite far behind.
Do you think that the misfiring can be fixed up?
Well, it hasn't been fixed for the last 3-4 events. I don't think it's going to be fixed now.
Into the night, and Adrian, this is the real challenge in the rally now.
Yes, the night sections really are a difficult and interesting mix of tar and gravel. The cars are going out on tar on the Outeniqua pass, and they're coming back downhill on gravel on a ball-bearing surface on the Montague pass.
Some drivers even prefer night driving, it seems.
That's right, Sarel van der Merwe is one of them. Sarel has always advocated nighttime rallies. He sees well at night, and he seems to go faster under those conditions.
End of day one leaderboard, Sarel van der Merwe has improved on his position. Hannes Krobler still there in second, and of course Serge Damso is still in the rally. And the Class B leader, Nick de Waal. It's a crisp, clear morning at the start of the second day, something like 35 entries starting the remainder of the event going back towards Cape Town. In the lead at the moment, Sarel van der Merwe. Sarel, I'm sure you're quite happy with that margin that you've got in the lead.
Yes, we've got nearly 3 minutes. We had a good run yesterday, no problems, and it's going to be a case of just hanging on to the lead and trying to maintain it.
Well, obviously, Hannes is going to try very hard to make up the difference. Do you think it is possible? It's quite a large margin.
Well, unless we have problems, it's going to be very difficult for him to make it up. So, you know, I don't know what he's going to decide, but in his position, I would probably settle for second because I think he's got a fairly good margin on Serge as well.
Anything can happen in a rally, so we're going to send it. And we had a lot of problems yesterday with brakes, and we broke our diff last night, so they changed it, and hopefully it's going to go better today.
A new day and a new challenge, and basically there are two strategies in operation here. One is to go all out and make up lost time, and the other is to preserve the time advantage and the cars till the end of the rally. The quietness of a country morning is rent asunder by the crack and throb of these brute engines. Hartenbos, just outside Mossel Bay, a tar stage.
Here we have Nick de Waal. This one's on the side of a hill. It's tight and it's fast, and it's going to demand the best from the drivers. Johnny Hubby coming into a 90-degree corner. He's going a little wide. Oh, he's clipped the corner.
Let's have a look at that again.
I think he's damaged the suspension.
But 2 stages later and repairs have been made, and he is once again challenging for Class B. Here's a surprise, Glyn Hall in a Class D car, virtually up with the leaders. And still the battle rages for second place in Class B between Kassi Kutsi and Jannie Hubby. Leader in Class B, Nick de Waal, is certainly going to be hard to beat. Cape Town's Bruce Terry is still challenging. Class E Toyota Conquest of Eric Sanders is once again reigning supreme in his division and staying up with the overall leaders. But a problem for the leaders in Class B, Nick Duval and Guy Hodgson, as they tramp slowly back to the spectator spot, and their car lying abandoned midway through the stage.
Well, we were leading the class by far, and we were lying fourth overall at this stage, and then we were unfortunate enough that suddenly the conrod just decided to go, and the engine blew up. So that means the end of our rally.
And with that, the Class B leadership passes to Kasi Kutsi. Dickie Klaver finding it an uphill battle. There's Glenn Hall. Deniso Miranda and Tony Vilker-Thomas. Still no change in the leaderboard between the top three. Sarel van der Merwe now is going to be very hard to catch. Kasi Kutsi heads up Class B.
We're at the start of the 23rd stage, and the drivers have been through 4 stages already. The leader, Sarel van der Merwe, has built up a lead of about 2.5 minutes, and there are not many stages to go. If the drivers are behind him are going to catch him, they've got to do it now.
Well, now Sarel has built up a substantial lead, and I suppose the question is, can anyone catch up with him?
At this stage, I think it's doubtful. The big advantage that Sarel has had, of course, is that he's had a trouble-free drive, as opposed to Hannes Krobler, who's had tremendous transmission problems, especially today. They changed the gearbox this morning. And, of course, Serge Damso had the problems with his front suspension, with his misfire, with the punctures.
Was Krobler, of course, waiting in the wings to take advantage of anything that might happen to Sarel van der Merwe's car?
Yes, Hannes's car seems to be going very well at the moment, but whether he can make up anything on Sarel is problematical.
They're running out of time, really. Not enough stages left in the rally for them to take advantage of.
Yes, I think Hannes would be wise at this stage to settle for second.
And it's a good comeback by Serge Damso, in spite of the problems that they've had with that car.
Yes, they seem to have cured the misfire now, and the car is actually running very well indeed.
A lot of credit must go to his backup crew.
Oh, yes, you can't take that away from them. In summarizing, there's very little to choose between the front runners, and the slightest problem can make a change to the leaderboard.
And it's back to the picturesque Cape Town for the last spectator stage at Greenpoint. And it's Sarel van der Merwe on the line to start the last leg. Crossing the line to take the honours in this, the Nissan International, Sarel van der Merwe and Frans Boshoff. And in second place, Hannes Krobler and Piet Swanepoel in the Nissan Skyline.
Hannes, was that something of a disappointing rally for you?
Not the rally itself. We had a lot of problems the last few stages. Our clutch and our front diff packed up, so I had to drive with the thing like that to the end because we didn't have any service time left. And it was very tight, but the rally itself was very good.
First in Class B, Cassie Coetzee and Wiley Harrington. And let's have a look at the winners in some of the other classes. Class C, Ben and Isabel van der Westhuizen. Class D, Glyn Hall and Martin Buerter. Class E, Eric Sanders and Thilo van Westenhagen. And Class F, Roelof Fecken and Francois Jordan. A moment of jubilation. The 25 finishers and the Manufacturers Award going to Nissan. The end of a great event, and although Cyril van der Merwe wins this rally, Serge Damso still remains on top of the national championship table. So we look forward to the West Bank International